Hello again, Commanders. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Blue Max, and today in Watcher of Realms, we're continuing our study of Gear Dungeon 3. We're going to talk about how to clear Stage 2, and then we're going to jump into Stage 3, which is a little bit tougher. Let's go ahead and jump in. So if you watched my first video on Gear Dungeon 1, you'll see that we used a team of entirely epics with a focus on Estrid as our primary DPS. I was able to use that exact team and just run everything on auto and clear stage 2. But I do want to draw to your attention, we have a new monster mechanic called Bloodlord's Favor. And what it does is you're going to see this big, massive shield on top of the Abyssal Bloodlords, and it's going to have a number. And that grants the Bloodlord taunt, which means um, later in the stages, as more and more Twisted Sycophants and Skeleton Archers come in, your DPS are going to prioritize the Bloodlords and not kill the softer, squishier enemies, which means you can't take the Bloodlords down fast enough, you will be overrun. When we do stage 3, I am going to have to watch a couple of ults and make sure, specifically with Olog, that we catch at least one Sycophant who is going to try to slip through. Now, jumping into stage 3, we add two additional debuffs, and that is whenever your heroes take bleed, skeleton archers are going to increase their damage, and abyssal bloodlords are going to do double strikes against targets inflicted with bleed. But wait, where are we getting bleed? Let's go under guides, under map information, and look back at that sanguine throne because I missed it early on. And that is, let's look at that blood moon impact, which is our AoE physical damage. Okay, so if a target does not have a shield before taking damage, it inflicts one bleed effect on them first, and this effect can be dispelled. So that means Narissa, Elowen, Dasami, healers like that can remove it. Okay, and then the mental impact too, which is the magic AoE. Once again, if we have no shield on, then we're going to have a damage reduction attack. All right, and let's see, Bloodlord Protection. Cast Bloodlord Protection on the Abyssal Bloodlord. Units under Bloodlord Protection are immune to damage. Each time they would take damage consumes one stack of Bloodlord's Protection. Okay, I think what that is saying is when Bloodlord's Protection is cast, then so long as they have that shield on top of them, the Bloodlords, they are immune to damage. So you have to take down that shield. Not really the right term. It is the Bloodlord's favor in order. So we have to take that down in order to do damage. Now that really explains why. Let's look again at this. This can be dispelled, and that would explain why Lyra, as well as Talon and Higiri, are recommended heroes. Why? Because they do offensive dispels. They remove offensive buffs. That's what I mean to say. And that also explains why a hero such as Gwendolyn would be such a highly recommended hero for this stage because she's constantly popping shields. That also means that Rivenhold would be a really good lord and actually on the field for this fight. You'll also see Neja is listed as being a recommended hero. That's because Neja is going to do just tons and tons of damage. Um, but let's see, jumping in, this is when I had to make some adjustments. One, Aona had to go, and Aveline needed to go. The reason why is because Imani was dying to AoE attacks, so I brought in Draylin for the AoE damage reduction, specifically for Imani, and Guan Yu had to come in to give us more DPS, take the enemies down. We just got to take them down faster. And so Guan Yu is in broken tier 1, okay? But Estrid is not in Broken Tier 1. In fact, she's got a Warlord set and a Soulbound Arcana set. The reality is, the higher up in the stages you go, the longer you've been grinding, and you should have some gear sets, some complete sets, hopefully tier 2 at this point. So I don't think it's completely unreasonable. And again, we're not giving that type of gear to all of our DPS. You can see Imani is still ludicrously low. And the other detail is Olog. Olog was sitting on about 30,000 HP, and Olog could not survive this attack. So I did take some other junk gear. Again, look, this is not tank gear, not tank gear at all, and put it on Olog. And I should mention Draylin. Draylin just got Evelyn's gear. Again, not a true set. You'll see, like my Cadgrim. Okay, Evelyn has my tier 3 tank set, probably the number 2 set, because I swapped it between Draylin. And then Cadgrim also has a tier 3 set. So now let's go ahead and jump into the fight. All right, here we go. So honestly, in a lot of ways, the fight isn't changing in terms of our drop downs. Going to go ahead and get our tanks up and Estrid down. We'll go ahead and trigger the ultimates automatically. Go ahead and get Guan Yu down. The shields are going to be enough that this first AoE attack that the boss delves, Blood Moon Impact 2, is not going to kill anyone. Go ahead and get Vortex down. We'll tell you, I think as we clear more and more of these stages, we are going to have to jump to bringing in Ireless for Rage Regen, and we'll move Vortex to where Medan is. But for now, we're okay. And again, about halfway through this fight, I'm going to slow it down, and we're going to watch those Twisted Sycophants really close because one of them is going to try to get away. And so what we're going to do, we're going to pop Olog's ultimate so that he increases his block, and that is going to stop the Sycophant from being able to get through. Outside of that, we are in stage 3, and we are beginning to have to cheat. We're having to bring in some 2 legendaries. Guan Yu is going to, of course, gradually get more and more powerful as the fight goes on, but I think Neza would be even more powerful in this fight. And so we're going to save him for later stages as we. Valkyra could also be an option. My Valkyra is A0 and has no skill crystals. Okay. So not a great option. Also have Lu Bu, but I think honestly Guan Yu is probably better. So this is kind of in the area where we're going to have to watch the fight. We've got some Sycophants, and I believe they split. I'll have to. I know, like in Gear Dungeon 2, they do a split, but I haven't noticed if they split here because honestly, at this point, the roster has just been so solid. Haven't had to worry about it too much. Okay, I have Draylin's ult going on. Okay, look, Estrid is about to die, so we're gonna go ahead and pop Vortex's ult. Somebody cleared. Somebody cleared. I didn't even see it happen. Okay. Well, that's where it is. It's around when 14 have been killed. We're going to restart it, get caught back up to this point in the fight, and okay, we're getting close to the spot in the fight where we lost. And of course, I didn't draw attention to it, but you obviously saw those shields on top of the Abyssal Bloodlords, and so we are just gradually taking them down. Okay, here come our Sycophants, and we're gonna go ahead and do some damage reduction with Isolde. And we're just gonna keep a close eye. Here comes that skeleton. The skeleton is walking in, and so I went ahead and popped Olog's ult. And of course, it looks like Guan Yu is about to ultimate again. And so I just saw the Sycophant go down. So I think with Olog's ult hitting, we have cleared that kind of dicey stage, if you will. So we'll go ahead and speed things back up again. And just to play it safe, we'll just periodically pop Isolde's ultimate. Draylin is holding very, very steady over on the top, the lane number 3, top right. Okay, here comes our next big attack, but you'll notice the fact that lane 2 is already clear. So Estrid is going to start making real short work of these Sycophants. Of course, now we've got Taunt with the Bloodlords, but everyone's holding very steady, and I think we're going to have about when the enemy is down to 27, or rather when 27 enemies have been killed, that's when we'll be able to clear out Olag and Estrid and start uh, clearing the top lane. Of course, if you have um, some type of single target or even AOE magic on the top right, like maybe even Valkyra, we clear stage 4 faster. Okay, so we can go ahead and pick up Estrid and Olag. We'll go ahead. Oh wow, actually Guan Yu just shredded lane 1, so he's done. So it's only the 4 in the top right. So now we just have to speed up the fight and knock out lane 3. We will, when we hit stage 4, we're going to remove Imani. We're going to go either with Lyra or we will go with Valkyra. I think we'll go with Lyra. I want to see these offensive dispels take place. All right, I wonder if Guan Yu can even jump into this fight, so this in pretty fast. See those shields definitely keep the Bloodlords alive longer. Although we're down to 2 left. 1 left. And it's over. Okay. All right, we're going to jump right into stage 4. 7-minute clear. Complete. So let's first take a look at stage 4 and see we have no new monster core mechanics, we just have an increase. So Imani is out, and we'll filter by mage and by infernal, and we'll add Lyra in. We'll give her I'm going to give her an infernal roar set, but it will not be okay. Something is the go in terms of our crit rate. Let's see, we must be running a piece without crit. Okay, forward go. Filter by crit rate. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Okay, there it is. This bangle has no crit rate. Filter by infernal roar, and okay, there we go. Our crit rate is almost capped, so very close. Go ahead and we're not going to give her a super great. We'll give her a lower tier of Twilight. Okay, so we're still listed as hard, and we'll see if we have to make any adjustments to our tank lineup, which of course we can do, but we're trying to just see how far we can get by, not only on epic tanks, but epic tanks that are not using particular gear will probably be the next thing though that we change them. So we're gonna get those ults. We want to get the DPS up first because we need the DPS to clear the enemy waves as quickly as they possibly can. And we've made no adjustments whatsoever to lanes 1 and 2. So we may find that teams can no longer clear it as they are. We may have to up their damage. There goes Draylin. We'll get Midon up next. 32. Yep. So same number of enemies. This time we're going to use Lyra. I strongly suspect that fight's going to go a little bit faster. Lyra is on auto ult. And we're going to watch. We're going to watch when the Twisted Sycophants come down the lane. We will kind of slow things down and really monitor the fight closely. Okay, look at that. Did you see what just happened? The shield is gone off that Abyssal Bloodlord. Yeah, Bloodlord's favor went down real fast there. That's very, very handy. Ideally, though, you have 2 offensive dispellers to really clear off those shields as quick as possible. Okay. So yeah, as expected, Lyra is really, really doing a lot of damage. Draylin is doing a great job of keeping the DPS alive, and Guan Yu and Estrid continue to be able to carry the fight. See what happens here, whether the Twisted Psychopaths, yep, start to clear Olag. We're going to pop Olag's ultimate. Might have been a little premature. Estrid is out of an ult, so it's going. Lyra continues to take care of her lane quite nicely. Okay, those AoE attacks are beginning to be pretty powerful. Olag is looking a little bit sickly, but it does look like we're going to be able to clear stage 4 as well. Vortex is looking pretty strong. Heat up the fight. We'll go ahead and do some damage reduction with Sold. Yeah, we're clearing the fight. Lyra is doing a fantastic job. And he doesn't have any awakenings and no skill crystals. Look at that. Estrid is just pretty much waiting for the next attack. So our lanes 1 and 2 are holding very steady with the current team. No gear adjustments, as you saw. Only Lyra. And honestly, that's probably just going to speed the fight. That's all it's going to. After we clear stage 4, which I think we can safely say we will clear, we will at that point pick up stages 5 and 6 in the next video. Take a look at that. Okay. Bloodlord is almost down. Picked up Bloodlord's favor again. Okay, done. We can pick up Estrid because she may help speed up. Because looks like Lyra is taking down the enemy faster, but still not clearing them as fast as Guan Yu or Estrid. Okay. Double log. I don't know why. And it doesn't matter. Now, of course, if Nezha was in the spot with instead of Estrid, we would clear this even faster. We're also going to look at kind of the DPS breakdown. Oh, we can bring in Estrid, help finish this fight off real fast. I wish we could go to 3x. There it is. Stage 4 cleared with no changes between stage 3 and 4. Look at our damage. So Estrid is still top. Of course, she has better gear than Guan Yu, by far. Lyra doing perfectly fine. Draylin doing a lot of healing. Vortex doing more healing. Medan doing the most healing. Okay, so we're going to take a look at stage 5, and thank you so much.